One thing I've noticed is that some of these companies just are not giving people color choice. Like, they make it so hard that you have to leave. You don't have resources in these companies. They only the toughest of the toughest can work in these companies and stay, because they make it so tough that you can't, as a person of color, you cannot stay. They alienate you. They won't train you, and they have this high expectation for you to succeed when they know you're going to fail or make it difficult. And then when you quit, they say things like, like he just didn't fit in. He just didn't have what it takes. And people don't know, including executives, that they basically set this person up to fail. And these same people will say over and over again, I'm not biased. As they tell these racist jokes in the company to the employees, they're like, I'm not biased. It's ridiculous. And one of the things I've noticed is that momentum for, like when Trump was in office, people hollering racial slurs was at an all-time high. But the problem with it just didn't work. You saw things like if somebody used racial slurs, that person that you use a racial slur may become really violent. You saw that against the other person doing a racial slur. It just made them so angry that they just became violent. Whether they lost their job doing it, I've seen it in a Popeyes restaurant. I've seen it in the streets. Whatever the situation was, in stores, they became this violent in retaliation, or they walked away and handled it maturely. They called the police for harassment. Sometimes that other person got arrested. I mean, it just wasn't working. People misunderstood. They thought that they could just, haul around these racial slurs. They had this permission to, throw around these racial slurs, and they thought that, they can do this harm to brown people. But it just wasn't working. It just wasn't working. But what is effective, though, and it is working right now, and a lot of companies are working through this, but there's a lot of companies that aren't, which is this isolation with people of color in the workplace, where you hire them, and whoever, I call it bottlenecking, which is one person has all the information and could direct, the person of color, whoever they hire, to certain resources, and they don't. They don't help the person. They don't guide the person. They just basically toss them in there, and it's a sink or swim situation for the person of color. And a lot of times, the people of color will quit. It's like, this is not worth it, and in part, it's not worth it. It's so ridiculous. It's so stressful that it's not worth it. It's like, you'll just go to another company, and see if you can do better there until you find a home somewhere where you have at least some sort of chance for success, and where you can live like some sort of decent life. But in these situations, though, they set you up for failure over and over again, and then they blame you with the stereotypes. It just didn't work out. And they say over and over again, I'm not biased, I'm not racist, I'm not this, I'm not that. It's like, I wonder, does that person really believe that they're not biased or racist? I mean, it doesn't matter if they are or not. Whatever, it is what it is, but do they really believe that? Or are they just trying to convince themselves or that person? I mean, I don't get it sometimes. But some of the things I do see out there, I see in the workplace, when a person's hired and trying to, learn a job, get through it, it's a huge struggle for some people of color, because they don't have the resources of the people, and they're dying out there. That's all I got.